Welcome everyone to this second LinkedIn growth workshop in the frame of the BISA awards. So first, congratulations to all who have been nominated. I hope you started publishing on LinkedIn to promote your company, especially for the public vote. Don't forget to share the information and to request people to tell people that they can vote for your company. Let's dive directly into the content. So the premise I did for today is to show you a strategy that you can use to grow your brand on LinkedIn. And at the end, you will be able to ask any question that you have, and you can already write them down in the chat, so you don't forget the question that you could have. First thing is that you have to understand that the key to grow on LinkedIn is to drive engagement with your publications. There are in fact 4 levels of engagement on LinkedIn. The first one is the algorithm. So you have to understand how it works, and I'm going to show it to you in a few instances. Then you have to have a content strategy. So it doesn't mean anything to start publishing content without a strategy and clear objectives. Then it's to master a bit of copywriting, so the art of writing to convince and to drive engagement and even sales. And the fourth level is the level of reciprocity that we already talked a bit in the first workshop. So we're going to start with the algorithm, and I'm going to explain you now how it works and what happens when you publish a post on LinkedIn. The first thing is that when you publish a post, the LinkedIn does what I call a qualification of your post. So it wants to check the quality of it and rank it in one of those 3 categories: spam, where you don't want to be; low quality, where it's okay, but you should target to be in the clear category. What will LinkedIn look at in your post? It will look for external links. So LinkedIn is a media. So if you put a link to your website or to a YouTube video, of course, LinkedIn doesn't like that, because you take their audience and you bring it somewhere else. So you will have less be considered as less quality if you put a link in your post. That doesn't mean that you should never put a link in your post, because of course, if your objective is to send people to a registration form or to a landing page on your website, of course, do it, but just you have to know that you will have less views but more clicks. Then it will look at the number of hashtags. So if you scroll a bit of Instagram, you are used to a post with a list of hashtags at the end of the post, and most of the time those hashtags doesn't rely to words in the post. So you should avoid using too many hashtags, a maximum of 3. But the truth is that recently LinkedIn announced, as Instagram, that hashtags have no, it doesn't mean anything anymore to use hashtags. So you can forget about hashtag, but if you use hashtag, they should relate to or equal words that are in the post. So if you use the hashtag innovation, there should be the word innovation in your text. Then it will look at the number of mentions, so the number of people that you or pages that you mention in your post. If you mention too many people, too many pages, then it will consider that you are a spammer, just like Shein influencers on Instagram that tag anyone that they have in their list of contact to get more views and to hope that more people will click on the links they've put in the bio of their profile. So avoid mentioning too many people. A maximum of 3 there is also a good objective. Then today with AI, they can check also the grammar and the formatting of the post. So you have to understand that people don't read anymore, they scan. So you should create your post with the spaces and make it really easy to read for readers. And of course, avoid typos and have a great level of grammar. The second thing that LinkedIn will check is the subject of the post, and then the target people that you want to reach with the post. For that, it will look at the keywords in the post. So if you are talking about marketing or SEO in the post, then LinkedIn will understand easily that you are talking about this subject, and it will show your post to people that are used to interact with posts about SEO, about marketing, about human resources, or about any subject that your post is about. It will also look at the hashtag, but as I previously said, these hashtags should be the exact same words that you've used in the text. Next, the thing that you have to understand is when you publish a post, once the post is qualified by LinkedIn, it will try to calculate what I call a virality score. So what's the potential virality of your post, and what could be the reach. So to calculate this score, LinkedIn will look at 3 things. First, the engagement rate. This means the number or the ratio of people that interacted with the post versus the number of people that saw the post in their newsfeed. Second criteria is the quality of those engagements. So, for example, if you have comments that are that include only 2 words like "great post," "thank you, Sami," this has almost no value for the LinkedIn algorithm. So you should try to generate comments with more than 12 words, and the best case would be more than 12 words and comments that include the keywords that you've put in your post. So the tip here is really to ask questions, open questions to people, so they can have long answers in the comments. And the third thing is what we call the dwell time. So the dwell time on social media is the time that people spend on your post, and that also relates if you publish videos or if you are on TikTok or Reels to the completion rate. So if your video is 10 seconds long and that people watch the 5 first seconds, then you have a completion rate of 50%. The higher your completion rate is, the higher you have an impact on the virality score, and the higher chance, the more chance you have to make a post that gets seen by lots of people. So the main engagement signs or criteria or interactions that you have on LinkedIn are: number 1, comments; number 2, reactions, so the likes, the I like, I love, I laugh, or interesting; the clicks on the see more button. So on LinkedIn, when you publish a post, you have 2-3 lines of text that appears, and then you have a see more button. If people click on the see more button, it's not something that's visible to all users on the platform, but it's a clear sign that the post, or at least the hook, is interesting to the people. Also, you have like on Instagram, you have a save feature on LinkedIn. So if people save your post for later, this means to the algorithm that the content is really valuable. And so the more save you have, the more you will get views on your post. But also the shares and the reposts. So share is the ability to simply republish the post without adding a word to it, but you can also repost, so you can embed the post into a new post, adding your comments. So my advice here, as all these actions are not driven by the algorithm itself, but by people. You should write for humans and invite them to read more, to click, to comment, and to react and to share your post, and not optimize your post and not write your post for the algorithm, but write your post for human and optimize it for the algorithm, having in mind the human psychology. Once your post was published and that you know how to get engagement, what's going to happen? We're going to have a phase test. So LinkedIn will show your post to a limited number of people, most of the time between 100 and 200 users that are in your first cycle. So that are people that follow you or that you are connected with and that are connected at that moment on the platform. And they will try to estimate the virality score based on the criteria that we just showed. This test period could last between 20 and 60 minutes. And so if you have a good score at the end of this test period, then you will go into the third phase, which is the engagement loops phase, where LinkedIn will start to show your post to more people and start to show your post to people outside your first circle, and so to people who don't know you. That's how you get viral on a social media, because you have a good virality score that lasts every time that LinkedIn shows your post to a new bunch, a new series of people. So LinkedIn will show you your post to 500 people, then to 1,000, then to 2,000, and once the virality score stops being good, then it stops showing the post to new people on the platform. That's for the first point. The second one is the second lever is the content strategy. So you should really create a strategy, and here's the way to build it. The first thing you have to understand is that every decision that we make as a B2B buyer or as a consumer, every buying decision is within a journey. And this journey has three major phases, which are awareness, consideration, and decision. And here, most companies and most people that publish content online are wrong with the fact that they think that 100% of their market or of their target is at the buying stage. And the truth is that studies show that only 3 to 5% of your target market or of your audience is at the buying stage. Most people are not aware of your brand, not aware of the opportunity that you represent, not aware of the problem that you can solve. They don't know that they have this problem. So you should make them go through this funnel to explain them and make them realize that they have this problem, that this opportunity exists. And then you have all those people that now know that they have a problem or that are conscious about an opportunity. And then you have all those people looking for information or for solution to this problem. And so the idea is to create what I call a content funnel strategy, where you will have top of the funnel post to create awareness and visibility, middle of the funnel post that goes to the so the objective there is really the consideration. So being found, being credible, building trust, and also to segment. So because most of the time your offer is not for everyone, but you have a target audience, a specific target audience, and then you need posts to convert. So bottom of the funnel post. Most companies do only bottom of funnel post. Hey, we have this webinar, please register. Hey, register to our newsletter. We'll be on that trade fair. Please be there. Or we release a new product, please buy it. And this kind of posts don't get much engagement. And it's exactly the same if you are in recruitment, for example. What I see, it's most recruiters, they just share the the job description of new of open position, and never talk about the advantage of working in that company, or never talk about or never show any testimonial of an employee, for example. So the idea is really to adapt the messages of your content to the level of awareness of the target audience. So if you want to make people aware of a problem, you have to educate them about the problem. Then you should educate people about your marketing category, so where about your positioning, about the different solutions that they can have, yours, but also alternatives on the market to solve that problem. Then you should educate them on your offers and your difference, your differentiators, why you are a better solution for them than your competitors or than another alternative. And then only at the end, try to convince them to choose for your company, for your product, for your service, with what I call irrefutable evidences, like customer testimonials, for example. And so here are a few examples, a few lists, some really actionable tips that you can use to create this content that adapts to the situation, to the level of consciousness of your target audience. So if you want to make people opportunity or problem aware, so to make them go from a state of unconsciousness to a state of consciousness, here's a list of type of posts that you can make. So for example, 3 signs that you have a problem. So if I sell, so I'm a consultant, I'm a LinkedIn consultant. So for example, the kind of post that I can do there is 3 signs that it's time to review your LinkedIn strategy. And in the content, I will say, you don't get engagement, you don't get views, only your employees like your post on your page. So these are signs that you have a problem with your LinkedIn strategy. But also the benefits of your solutions. So for example, 3 advantages or 3 ways SEO can boost your, or 3 ways SEO can help your company grow. That can be also trends in your domain, in your sector. What works well is also to make really education posts like definitions. So for example, what is SEO? What is what does tofu, mofu, bofu means, and this kind of post, but also studies that has an impact. For example, this time there's a McKinsey story that says AI agents will have an impact of 50% on the productivity of workers during the 3 next years. And this kind of information is information that make people conscious about a matter or a topic that maybe your target audience doesn't know yet. These are examples, they're in French, sorry, but 5 benefits to publish with your company page on LinkedIn, 3 signs that your LinkedIn strategy has to be reviewed, what is tofu, mofu, bofu, and this kind of posts make people aware of opportunities and problems that they can have. In the middle of the funnel, so the idea is there to build credibility and to drive consideration. So for that the idea here is to show your expertise as a company, as someone, the expertise of or the expertise in the domain for your product or services. So for example, that can be 3 mistakes to avoid when you're trying to optimize your LinkedIn profile. 3 advice to write better LinkedIn post. Here's the methodology that I use to build up a LinkedIn strategy, and this kind of thing. The list top resources and tools is really powerful. As you can, for example, if you are, I don't know, in sustainability consulting, you can say, here are 10 influencer or 10 people talking about sustainability on LinkedIn that you should follow. This is very powerful because all those people will be happy to be listed, and so they will thank you. Other people that are in the same domain but not listed will come under your post and say, "Oh, I would like to be listed," and all their community will be happy to support them and to congratulate them under your post because they've been listed. And so this way, you can, at some point, I would say, hack their audience and make their audience, which is qualified with your business, aware of your product, your brand, or anything. These are examples. So, for example, I can say 3 inspiration sources to write better hooks on social media. 5 steps to create a LinkedIn carousel that rocks. 10 actionable tips for B2B companies that want to find more customers publishing content on LinkedIn. These are very this kind of post will show your expertise and will make you very, very credible and will build trust in your product and services. Then at the bottom of the funnel, so when you want to move people to action, when you want them to get a call, get a meeting, or download a white paper or register to your newsletter, you can use posts that convince them, like customer testimonials, but also case studies. And case studies doesn't have to be from your own customer. You can, for example, if you're like me, want to position as an expert in marketing, you can analyze a marketing campaign from a major brand like Burger King or any brand that did a good job, and that's what we call the halo effect. People will link you to the content, even if you didn't create the campaign, for example. And you can also, for sure, share your offers in your posts. These are some examples where I can show some results that I got for one of my customers. That's a post where I explain what real estate agents do wrong on social media, promoting a training for real estate agents on social media. And for example, this post got me 8 meetings. This post got 2 registration to the training. I have no numbers for this one, but this is a way that you can showcase your customer testimonials and build trust with your audience. Once you have decided on the topics that you will talk about, you can select formats that will that you can use consistently on LinkedIn. So you can create what I call brand recognition. So here are the five most popular formats that you can use on LinkedIn. There are 10, but those ones are the ones that I recommend. So you have the text only. You have a text plus photo that works very well. You have the carousel one, which is a PDF document looking a bit like a PowerPoint presentation, but not in the same format. This drives a lot of credibility and a lot of engagement and a lot of views because people stay. There's a big dwell time, so people stay a long time on the post because they have they can flip and slide the document. Videos is a really a trending format these days because LinkedIn has just released its new video feed like TikTok, and so you can make a lot of views with videos on LinkedIn today, especially if they are face cam videos with somebody explaining something. Don't forget to include subtitles because not everyone has the sound on when they're on LinkedIn. And also you can make branded images, which is technically the same format as this one, but you just have an image that includes your visual identity elements. Once you've done that, you can also create an editorial calendar and choose a frequency of publication. The best frequency is 4 to 5 posts a week. I know that's a lot, and most people don't have the time or the resources to do it. But I really recommend to have at least twice a week as a frequency to create and to play with the simple exposure cognitive bias that says that the more people see you, the more people know you, the more people trust you. And so you have to make sure to be as much as possible top of mind to become the reference in your domain on this social network. Most of the time people tell me, okay, Fabien, thank you, but it's really, really hard for me to find content ideas. I don't know what to publish, even with these tips. So here are 3 ways that you can leverage to generate a lot of content ideas. The first method that I share with you is what I call the mind map method. So you start with your main expertise, and you make a mind map and go a level down to list the sub themes that you can that are associated with this main idea, and you can go 2, 3, 4 levels down to find all these topics, all these expertise topics that you can talk about. And once you have these, you can just go to the list of ideas that I showed you for top funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel post, and create variations around those topics. And so you get a list, a long list of content ideas. Then you have what I call the buyer journey method. So this is a way that you can, if you are, so I've put an example here. So it's more in B2C, but somebody that wants to move to a new home, they have different. There are different stages in the journey. First, they define new home criteria. Then they look for the new home. Then they visit new homes. Then they decide for one that they have to manage everything that's linked to the admin task, and finally they move. Each of these stages includes subtasks and include questions that people ask themselves, ask to Google. So you can make this exercise to map your customer's journey and the task that they have to do during this journey, and the questions that they ask themselves. And then most of the time they also ask to Google to find. And there, if you want to, there's a website that is called answerthepublic.com that you can use to type your keyword and to see also all the questions that people ask to Google regarding your topic. The third method is what I call the questions and objections method. So most of the time when you are customer facing, you get questions from your customers and you get some objections. Mostly your sales team, if you're a B2B company, will get this kind of questions and objections when they try to sell. So here I've listed a few objections that I get, but the most powerful posts that you can publish on LinkedIn are based on the questions that you get the most. So for example, one of the questions that I get the most is how many hashtags should I put in my LinkedIn post? So when I publish a post with this content, most of the time I will do more than 400 likes and more than 15,000 views on my post, and this will generate new leads for me. So here's the example with objections. So for as you saw, as I told you, I have this objection most of the time, which is I don't have any idea for content. I don't know what to publish. And then you can make a post to reply to this objection, which is, here are 3 methods to help you find endless content ideas that I just showed you now. There's also the I can't write, for example. So here are 15 tips for writing better posts, or I'm not credible, I won't be taken seriously. So everything that you have as an objection, you can find a content ID that replies to this objection. So for example, I don't have the time. Here is my 30 minutes daily routine to publish every day on LinkedIn. So this kind of of posts works really, really well because it addresses real problems and real objections that people have. Maybe I will. I see that there's a question from Gaëtan. I want the company to get a lot of traction, not the individual teammates. How should we post as a company? The teammates separately mentioning the company, other. So I will reply to this question with the presentation. But the idea is that yes, you should publish content on your company page. And what I've just shared are advices for your company page that can be also replicated to individual profiles. But the thing, and I'm going to it. So here's the answer finally. If you were at the first session, I explained that company pages have 8 times less organic reach than personal profiles. Why is that? It's because companies are potential customers for LinkedIn because it's a media, they sell advertising, and they don't sell advertising to individuals. They sell advertising to companies. So if you publish on your page, it's okay, and you will get traction, and you will get views, and you will get leads and engagement. But the thing is that you should also rely on individuals in the company, especially you as a founder and your sales team and your recruiters, if you have some, that are the customer-facing or the external world-facing profiles that should publish content, especially when you know that only 1% of people on LinkedIn publish content. So it's really easy to be seen when nobody publishes the content. So that's what I call the Avenger strategy. So you should have the strategy of content on your company page, but you can also have multiple profiles within the company that publish their own content with their own editorial strategy. The idea is that to generate more engagement, they can engage on each other's content. So you fool a bit the algorithm by showing a good virality score thanks to a good engagement rate. But the idea is that the company should always be underlying, and the profiles of those collaborators should be also optimized to showcase the company and to have links to the company website, for example, to a landing page or to an open position page in the company if you have a recruiting challenge. So the balance should be at this point, most of the time, if you are a solo founder, I would recommend to have 1 to 2 posts per week on your profile, to answer Daniel's question, and more posts like 4 or 3 to 4 on your company page. But all depends on your resources, of course, because it takes time to create content. And the idea is really not to reshare the content, but once you have created content for your company page, you can recycle them. So you can, let's imagine that you've created a post for your page. You can, as a founder, 2 weeks later, publish once again, not republish or repost, but really create a new post with the same content from your profile. And then, for example, 1 month later, you make it available for all employees in the company, so they can also reuse that content for creating new posts. And so it's a way to recycle the content, and it's a way to finally find a better return on investment when you create that content. So I saw you this slide a few weeks ago when we had the first meeting. So when you publish posts on your profile as a founder or as a CEO of a company, that's the kind of impact that you can have on your company page. Why? Because people see the content in their news feed. They go to your profile, maybe they subscribe or they follow you, and then they also check the page of the company, and a few of them will also click on the button to your website on this company page. So this is how you can create impact on your business by bringing new qualified traffic on your on your website. And so that's the result when only the founder publish content, and that's the kind of result that you can have on a company page when a team of 5 people start to publish content. So that's the stats of one of my customers last year. So as you can see, they were on holiday during between the mid-July and mid-August. Then they started to publish again on that day with what I call a lucky day, because as they started publishing again, maybe LinkedIn boosted a bit the visibility of their post to encourage them to continue. Then they had a training, and during 8 weeks, I coached the communication manager, and that's the number of impression that they got during the 8 following weeks, and that's a big increase of 252% during compared to the previous 3 months period, knowing that the fact that during 3 weeks they did not publish any content. So the idea is that when you have 5 people that publish content, you create more visibility for those profiles that get more views for your company, and then you have an increase in results everywhere. And all these, as you can see, is fully organic content. So there's no sponsored post, as you can see. The dashed line is here flat, so there's no sponsoring of these posts. There's a question from Marina, how to communicate on the messagery to generate sales. You cannot propose services first talking like friendly. So yes, that's also a strategy to prospect or to canvas on LinkedIn. And indeed, the second key school effect, I would say, for those who have the reference, when you create content and publish content as a sales guy or somebody prospecting on LinkedIn, is that you will increase the rate, the ratio of replies that you get from your prospection messages. Yes, indeed, you have to write. This is really not really the subject of today, but there are tips and also copywriting that you can use to send messages that get replies. And the more you publish content, the more chances you have that people reply to your messages. So the ideal length for a video on LinkedIn is 30 to 60 seconds. Statistically, and the best time to post, the answer is not easy. So there are periods of time in the week when people are most connected. So these are mainly between 7:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. That there are more people connected. So this should be the best timing to post. But the truth is that you should post when you are available, because and I will come to it later in the presentation, because social media, they want active users and they reward active users. So you should be connected and be active on the platform when you post, and so that time you're available should be the best time to post on LinkedIn. Third lever is the copywriting. So it's the art of convincing with word, of selling with words. So one thing that you have to understand is that our brain, and that's a study from TikTok, takes less than 2 seconds to decide whether or not we're going to watch a content or read a content on social media. So this means that the hook is really, really important. Another study shows that our attention span as humans decreases. In 2000, a study was made, and the time that a human being could concentrate on a task like reading a post or a blog post or a post on social was 12 seconds. 15 years later, they did the study again, and it had decreased to 8.25 seconds. Which is a big difference. But in between, what happened? The social media, the smartphones, And so, well, the internet, the social media, and the smartphone. So this has a big impact on the way we can concentrate on different tasks. And just as a reminder, a goldfish attention span is 9 seconds. So I don't know where we will be in 6 years when they will do the study again. So this means that when you create a post on LinkedIn, the most important thing is the hook. So the two first line of text that people will see and that will make them click on the see more button. And this means also that it's not all to hook people, but you should also re-hook them after 8 seconds. Otherwise, they're going to leave the post. And so that's how copywriting can help, using structures to hook, re-hook, and to make people read the post until the end. So they spend a lot of time on it, the dwell time, remember the algorithm. And so I will share with you the slides. So you have all this information, and if you want to have a view on where will be the see more button on LinkedIn in your post, you can download and install the Chrome or Firefox extension that is called Perfect Post. They just changed the domain, so it's perfectpost.social. It's free. There's a free version that you can use, and that shows you where is the hook, where will be the hook ending on your post. And if you if you publish content on Instagram and Facebook, you can use the Creator Studio from the Meta Business Suite with the same feature that is free also. To help you write post, here's a classic copywriting framework that you can use, which is the PASS plus A1. So PASS stands for P, problem. So you state the problem. A, agitate. So you will explain the sub-problems or the consequences of the problems that your audience faces with when they have this big problem. Then you can describe your solution to the problem. Then you try to put them in action by adding a call to action that could be tell me in the comments, that could be click this link to register to our newsletter, or to anything, or to understand what our offer is. Here's an example. It's in French, sorry, but I'm used to publish in French of the use of this PASS framework. So the hook is the P for problem. So 95% of company pages do it all wrong, even if everybody understands that LinkedIn is a growth lever for their company. Plus, the image also shows the secret to make your company page go up in 2024. So this has the objective to stop people that are qualified, that are in the audience of people that want to do business on LinkedIn. Then you have the A for agitation. So the idea is really to go to the smaller level of the problem. So comments are Sora that you want to open a champagne bottle once you have some. They don't generate any traffic on your website. Your posts are not viewed. 90% of the likes that you get come from your employees. You don't generate leads, and you don't have new followers at all. So the truth is that nobody in the company gets busy with the company page, or a small post from time to time between the patat and the soup. And so then, as for solution, I explained the solution. So this is an offer that I launched to position myself as a LinkedIn agency, so to create the content for companies on their pages. And then you end with the A call for action, which is who's hot. So this means that if you're interested, just contact me. And maybe that should have been a better call to action, more clear to say, send me a message if you're interested or if you want to try. So a few advice for copywriting. You should use copywriting frameworks like Storytelling, IDA, or Pace plus A that I just showed you. You should apply the rule of 5-1, the rule of 5, one objective, one target per post, one ID per post. If you have two IDs when you write a post, you should split it in two. You should choose for one main angle, meaning you should want to inspire people, educate them, entertain them, or inform them. And you should also try to limit to one ID per sentence. So this goes with the other small advices or tips that are here on the slide. You should skip lines between sentences as paragraph, as people don't read, they scan. You should also use simple words and avoid using jargon, unless your target is also a target of experts. Use short language, short sentences, but you can also vary the length of your sentences. It's a bit like writing music. You should delete anything that is unnecessary, especially adverbs. So if I tell you I often go to the swimming pool, nobody here has a clear idea of how many times per week I go to the swimming pool. But if I say I go to the swimming pool twice a week, nobody is thinking about how many times. That's not clear. So if you avoid adverbs, you will have a clearer message that is more easy to understand, and you should try to avoid provoking mental load in the brain of your readers. So really delete anything that is unnecessary, and try to be clear by avoiding adverbs when you can. You can also start sentences with but, then, and, if, and the idea is also to replace weak words with strong ones, because strong words will help people build an image of what you say in your or what you wrote in their head. Avoid writing in capitals. That's also a common error. So on the internet, writing in capitals means scream, and people don't like to be heard that. So avoid also to use too many emojis. One or two in a post is enough, and it's not because you will add a funny emojis that people will find your sentence fun. If it's fun, it's fun. You don't need an emoji to make it a bit more fun. And never forget to end with a call to action, or what I call a call to engagement. So requesting for a comment or like at the end of your post. The last lever is reciprocity. And so I already talked a bit about it with the adventure strategy. The idea is that LinkedIn rewards active users. So you should really connect and engage during 30 minutes in a row on LinkedIn. You should comment at least 5 posts per day during that period, and especially on the days that you publish your post. You can also comment using your company page. So if you publish with your page, you can connect as your page and comment your partners' publications, etc., your employees' publication with the page. This will show the page in people's feed, and so you will increase the visibility of your page. So the thing is that the algorithm of LinkedIn works this way. If you comment somebody's post, LinkedIn will show most probably your post in the person's newsfeed. And as you commented on the post of that person, you give him or her dopamine, and so there are more chances that in exchange they will comment your post also to provide you back some dopamine in your brain. So really engaging is a key in getting traction on LinkedIn. So how not to spend too much time on LinkedIn. Try to find people that you want to comment on generally. So peers, colleagues, competitors, also some mentors that you are thought leaders, content creators in your niche, and also your target audience that could be customers or prospect. Then I advise you to use the LinkedIn search bar to find them. Once you go to their profile, you can, as shown here, you can follow them then click on the bell that is on their profile and select all notification, all posts and save. And this way you will get a notification every time those people post something on LinkedIn. And so you don't have to spend time scrolling on the feed to find interesting content to comment. You just connect to the platform, click on your notification, see who published the post, go there, read the post, and then leave a comment. Try to comment smartly. So here are 4 ways that you can comment smartly. Thank for what you learned, add an opinion or return on experience, ask a question, or mention someone that could be interested in the post. As I said, longer comments have more impact. So try to comment with at least 1 word and to include the keywords that you'll find in the original post of the person. Yes, we have 5 minutes left. If you still have a question, don't hesitate also to open the mic and to ask them with your voice. Yes, you will have the presentation, Philippe, and I will also share a link to the video, so you can watch it again.
Hi, Fabien. This is Gaëtan. Thank you very much for the introduction. I really learned a lot. My question is I still have the same question as the one I had posted. Is we are a small startup. None of us will spend 2 hours a day on LinkedIn for the effect it can have, but we want the company to have a recognition, not the individual teammates. So what would be your advice for the company to have traction? We may all spend maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes a day max, or some of us, but we have other things to do than to be on LinkedIn all the time. So is there a team approach here, or do we have to appoint someone, or do we have to go through company but then less views? What is your take on this?
I would appoint someone to manage the publication on the company page. So I have a real content strategy to publish with the highest possible frequency on the platform. So minimum twice a week. And then to make this content available for your employees so they can share it again, not a share or a reshare, but really create a new post with the same content. Because this way you will improve the return on investment that you made in the creation of this content. And what I would also advise is to create evergreen content. So content that can be reused 6 months later, because you will have new people that started to embark in their customer journey to become a customer of yours.
Clear. Thank you.
So Marina has a question: is the post more impact in English or 2 language? So when you publish on your company page, or if you publish on your personal profile, avoid putting 2 languages in the same post. So you can make 2 different posts. Especially on company pages, there is a feature that allows you to select the language of the post. And LinkedIn is intelligent enough to show the post in language 1 to people that are used to read content in this language, and will show the post in language 2 to people that read the post most of the time in that language. So on company pages, if you address a target in Belgium, you can make a post in Dutch and a post exactly the same in French, or if you want also a post exactly the same in English, and publish it in a row, because there is no impact. Each post is individually taken into account by the algorithm. On personal profile, it's not exactly the same. If you publish a post after another one, the second post will take the most of the visibility that you will get, and the first one will have less visibility. But I advise to publish 1 post, 1 language. And if you, another thing, if you publish in a language, whatever language, Spanish or Dutch, with your personal profile. Make sure that you have a translated version of your profile in that language, because people will see it. If you publish in Spanish, people that will see the post most of the time will be Spanish speakers. And when they click on your picture or on your profile, if they see profile in Dutch, there are a few chances that they speak Dutch, and so this will have no impact. So make your profile in all languages you intend to publish. And it's the same for company pages. You can translate the content and the presentation and the page in several languages, as many as you want. Another question? No one? Don't be afraid. I've never eaten anyone.
I can remark oftenly that when you are speaking about something more emotional, you have really more answers and likes. That's an integration. When you speak about business, it's less people, but people contact you, of course, at the back of the messagery, But when you're speaking about emotionally, it's really different impact.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you
It's
don't
always
want
a
to do
question
that.
of who is your target audience. So you can have a strategy with 4 typologies of posts. So the one that will generate the more views, engagement, are I would say personal posts where you are talking about feelings, emotions, and then you will lots of likes. Especially if the post is inspiring. And then the more in depth you go into your expertise, the less people you will touch. And so, but it's not a problem. The thing is that the idea, for example, 10 days ago or almost 2 weeks ago, I did a post that was the most popular post I ever did on LinkedIn. It reached more than 18,000 likes, 600 more than 650,000 views, more than 1,000 reshare, and I got from this post something like 5,000 people looking at my profile. And about 700 people started to follow me or decided to get in touch with me. All of them were in my target audience of people in marketing or company founders. So this means that even if you do a very emotional and personal post, that you can reach a lot of people, only the people in your target audience, if your profile is well optimized and it's clear what you offer as a solution, will follow you. So it has, of course, an advantage, or you have benefits doing this kind of post. But of course, it's not this kind of post that will transform people from an unknown to a customer or to a prospect. So you should balance your post between personal and emotional post and very in-depth expertise posts.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all for coming.